Good morning, guys, and welcome to TED Talks Timepieces. I am Ted Davies. I am an author, an artist, a collector, scary broadcaster, apparently, on YouTube. And today we're going to be talking about my collection of watches. And my what I like about watches, they don't have to be expensive. They can mean something to you, and that's what it is. It's a feeling about them, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But first, I do have some new coffee in my coffee cup. Indian River Roasting Company made a special blend just for Ted Davies artistry, and I am going to show you that. I released it last night on the Truth Mongers, but here it is. It's called Waking Dragon, and it is a even blend, full-bodied coffee that is it's awesome. It goes very, very well. It pairs very well with cigars. So if you are a cigar smoker like myself, you might want to check that out. Like I said, really full-bodied, finishes off extremely smooth and packed with caffeine as it should be. So check out everything that Indian River Roasting Company is doing. Let me get out of this and we will show you their promo. Be right back. Here at Ted Davies Artistry, we take coffee seriously. And so does our sponsor, Indian River Roasting Company. It's fair trade, organic, and they're artisans just like me. The only difference is I use watercolor and ink and they use coffee beans. And I enjoy it all through my day. So do yourself a favor, go to the description when you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Find Indian River Roasting Company's website. Use the promo code CAFFEINATED2021 and save 10% on your purchase. Yeah, so check everything else out that they're doing. Indian River Roasting Company will be under the description in this YouTube channel. Go to IndianRiverRoastingCompany.com. Use CaffeinateTed2021 for the discount, 10%, and that will help you get caffeinated. Try out some of that new Waking Dragon blend. We're very proud of it, and I'm looking forward to being able to say, hey, I got my own coffee blend. So thanks again, Pete. I appreciate it. You guys rock over at Indian River Roasting Company. Somebody else who rocks is John Cashman in Bay City. He's celebrating 25 years in comics in Bay City, and he's awesome. Check out what he's doing. Hold on 1 second.
And every day I wake up feeling the same way now. Need to find something to believe. Every night the dreams we make, they're haunting my head now.
Yeah, John helps out the novice collector as well as the seasoned collectors. Comic books, action figures, games, you name it. It ships nationwide. If you're lucky enough to be by Bay City in Michigan, check out his comic book store. Say hi to Petey, the dog, when you get there. Tell him Ted Talks sent you, and it'll be awesome. So thank you very much for checking that out. He is a great guy. All right, let's see. And we're also very, very proud sponsors of Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Check out everything that we're doing. We're a group of creatives that help creatives build their business 7 days a week, entertainment and education. And take a snapshot of that. Check out everything that everybody's doing on the YouTube channels. Today, Thursdays, start out with TED Talks, Timepieces. And then out through the day, I think one of the best things during the day is the Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. I don't think Amy is on yet. I think that they're taking a hiatus until October. So Amy Hale usually has a show on about 8 o'clock. But Stupid Clock's on at 9 p.m. Check them out. Great group of guys, great conversation, all different types of topics. And they're a lot of fun to listen to. So check them out as well. And then we round out the day with, I believe it's I can't see it on there. No, I don't see it on there. But, we should check that out. I'm going to have to look at that again. I've got the new, we've got actually a new page that I want to use here soon. I didn't put that up yet. So, but in any case, check out everything that we're doing on Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Like I said, education and entertainment personified. So and we're proud sponsors of them. We're proud affiliates with them because they're great group of people, great creatives, and they make my business so much better, so much better. Okay, watch check. This is the L'Oreal Hulk that we did a video on yesterday, or excuse me, last week. Check out that video. It was awesome. It's a really good watch for the money, and it's been ticking away. So I can't say enough about that. As long as it's working and it's keeping good time, I'm good with that. Bear with me because I got Calypso, our puppy. She's sitting on the couch over here, so I'm just making sure she's all right and quiet. So okay, watch check. Okay, one of the things that I've got some really cool neighbors here on the lake. I've got to say, some really cool ones. One of the neighbors down the street, Toby, is a cigar smoker, but he is also, I think he's a watch aficionado too. I'm not sure, but he ended up telling me about the Wall Street Journal, and they wrote a very, really good article on watches and exactly how confusing it can be. And it's just a really good article. You should probably check it out online if you subscribe to them. But it talks about what you really need in a watch and how Rolex really isn't the most expensive watch. A lot of people think, oh, Rolex is the king of the heap. Mm-mm. I mean, in this article, they start out with I believe it's a Rolex Explorer is like I want to say $8,000, and some of the Patek Philippe watches run about they start out at 40,000 and up. I know some watches that I've been looking at, which I'm a realist when it comes to watches. They're $150,000 plus. And, there's been a huge influx of people getting mugged in London, actually, for their Rolexes. And I don't know. I don't want to feel, I don't want to feel endangered because I want to wear a timepiece. And I just can't justify, I don't feel comfortable wearing that kind of money on my on my wrist. I don't know. I guess it's all relative, but like I said, I'm a realist when it comes to watches, and I just don't think it's you don't need to have that type of material on you. I think that you can get a very good watch, and that's what the whole thing about this show is that you can get a very good watch, economics. Form follows function. It always has an architecture for me, and pretty much throughout life. I mean, you can get a good Casio watch, which I speak very highly of, and they're damn accurate. I mean, they're very accurate, sometimes even more accurate than some of these other automatic watches. So keep that in mind, when you're really looking at what you need versus what maybe you want. There's a lot of things there that there's so many watches out there, and hopefully this channel helps you a little bit in picking out maybe something that you might like. Okay, I'm just going down the list. So today, what I want to talk about, I want to say good morning first to everybody here too. Donna, Carl, I want to welcome everyone. I'm still Eric. What's up? How you doing? I've got a few things. It's not necessarily a spec show on watches today. This anniversary Bulova that I have is it's not a anniversary Bulova. It's a Bulova that was given to me for an anniversary, and not necessarily one that I earned. So the one thing about this week especially, I've had a couple things happen that I don't think chivalry is dead. I think that as a husband, I like to um, protect my wife and everything else, whether it be a slam, verbal slam, anything, and that's something that I have the privilege of being Christine's husband, and I'm honored and I'm humbled that she would, um, to take her life, share her life with me, because it's amazing that I for whatever reason, she thinks I'm worthy of it. So when some things have come up the last week, and just things I'm not going to get into, but I'm glad that I can defend her honor, is what I consider it to be, and I feel very very, very, very lucky and very privileged. And this watch, I think, when I tell you the story behind it, I think you guys are going to agree because about Christine, because I think that there's things about her that uh, drive me nuts. And I know that's just being a husband. I think that I know there's things that drive her crazy, which is completely justified. I'm sure you can all agree. Uh, but with that, this watch, I think, out of everything that I've got, every gift that I've been given, as far as other watches and things that I've purchased for myself, and this one's a little bit different. It's not the most fancy watch. It's not the most expensive watch, but it reminds me of the sacrifices that Christine's made trying to everything from 2008 on, from everything with the market crashed and all that stuff and all the things that she dealt with and deals with me. So that's what this watch is about. So it's not about specifications. It's not about, uh, materials that the watch is. I'll go over a couple things about it, but that's what it's about today. So hopefully you guys stick around and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. So let's bring up the guest of honor here. This was given to me in 2017, 2016, I think, and it's a Bulova. It's a quartz Bulova, and like I said, it's not a hugely fancy watch, but it's a beautiful watch nonetheless. It has a sunburst dial, white silverish dial, beautiful dial. It's got the traditional, almost Art Deco numerics on it, which I really like a lot. I like the fact that it doesn't have a date. It's just the watch, and it fits under a sleeve perfectly. I don't wear suits anymore, but if I did, I want to say that when I do wear a cuff shirt, because I do wear a vest with maybe some cufflinks and that kind of thing, this fits just perfectly with it. Very very minimal. I think this is I want to say it's 11 mil thickness. I believe it's a 38. It could be a 39 diameter, but like I said, this isn't about specifications today. And I usually don't wear bracelets. This one came with a bracelet and I had it fitted, and I think it's the only one that I do have. Actually, I've got two, but this is the only one that I wear regularly with a bracelet. And again, it's because it was made for that watch. But they do such a beautiful job classically. The company, if you go back to one of my other videos, I talk about the company itself and what they did for the veterans back after World War II. And Bulova really was a company of innovation, and I still think that they are. Some of the watches are absolutely gorgeous that they make today. But also, just for size comparison, this is my 1953 Bulova Windsor. It gives you the size difference of the materials now we use and everything, and the movements and everything else. But it gives you an idea just from the size comparison. What you're dealing with now, as far as, I don't know if my eyes are worse. Maybe I like these larger watches, and it fits my wrist so well with the proportions of it and everything else. But this gives you at least an idea of what the Bulovas used to be like and what they are now. So the thing about this Bulova, though, and I'll tell you the story now. So there was a lot of dynamic over the years, and with everything that happened in 2008, with literally it was a reckoning here in Michigan. When 2008 happened and the market changed, everything changed. Jobs, people questioned, what they were doing with their lives, much like they did with COVID, I think. But one thing that was steadfast was Christine. She ended up, she worked at Lowe's for many years, if you guys don't know that. And she did, I think, for over a decade, if I'm not mistaken. And that in itself is a feat. Being in retail is not an easy thing. As you guys, I'm going to put myself back up on screen so you guys can see my ugly mug. There's things with in retail, it's hard. Whether it's working holidays, working evenings, dealing with the general public, as you guys know. I'm sure that everybody here has had some type of retail experience, whether you're shopping or working. And in any case, over the years, whether my jobs would fluctuate, my contracting gigs, whatever, there was always something. Christine always had steady income with that, so that was something that I really, really appreciate about her. Her work ethic is amazing, absolutely amazing. I don't think I could ever um, really. I don't think I could ever copy it. I've got a good work ethic, but nothing like she does. She's amazing. So fast forward 2016, 2017, things are different. We got back on our feet, obviously, after 2008, as many people did, and we're in a hell of a lot worse shape than we were in 2008. But we ended up getting back on our feet in that. And so Christine had a 10-year anniversary at Lowe's. Well, one of the things that they do in a lot of the major companies, they'll give you a gift. They'll give you an option. Hey, would you like, here's a catalog. Pick out what you would like. You've been here 10 years. This is your list of what you can have. And, this is so true to her is she didn't pick anything out for herself. She could have picked out any number of things, jewelry, you name it, on the catalog. She picked out a watch for me. And so this watch, being she knew that I had a passion for watches. She knew that my father and I both wore Bulova watches. And there was kind of a special connection there. And out of all of it, all the things that she could have done, she picked this watch for me. And that's it. That's the rub of it all. I mean, so when I look at this watch, I don't look at it from a price point standpoint. I don't look at it from it's a quartz versus an automatic, or it's stainless steel versus gold. I don't look at any of that. And it's that's what it's about. It's about the way these pieces of jewelry make you feel, and it's something I'll never get rid of. But the overall thing is what I'm trying to get at when you're looking at watches, and maybe you're trying to find something that's going to mark a date of maybe a grandchild being born, or maybe you're retiring, or your end of a business, whatever. Treat yourself to something that's going to be memorable for you, and something that's going to remind you of the good times when there's sometimes when there's not. I don't need this reminder to know who Christine is in my life, but I do appreciate it so much that she took the effort and the consideration that she would give me this after all the 10 years of working evenings, and coming home when her feet were hurting because she was on the concrete walking at work all day, and just dealing with the general public, as we all know how that works. So yeah, so that's it. That's the anniversary Bulova. So I hope you guys check out what Bulova does, because they do a really, really good job. I think that probably retail wise, this one goes about $300, give or take. It's a quartz movement. You can get some really good deals online with a lot of these now. I don't necessarily, I like this particular bracelet. It's really comfortable, but not all of them can be. So keep that in mind. They usually do a pretty good job on their bracelets, though. I usually like to go with the leather or silicone band, as you guys know. But cost effectively, they do a great job, and they last. One nice thing about Bulova too, they do a Frank Lloyd Wright series, which is Frank Lloyd Wright was an architect, greatest American architect I think ever lived. But I studied him quite often. He's a Welsh descendant, so he has Welsh ancestry like I do, and they do a beautiful job on his architectural detail work in the watch. They do all kinds of Art Deco work with the Frank Lloyd Wright logos on it, and just it's absolutely beautiful. A little bit more pricey, but they are awesome. I probably will get one of those someday. I haven't really found one that I'm just fall in love with, but gives you some options with Bulova. And it's a company that's been around for a long time. I mean, they were no joke back in the day, helping the veterans teach them a new trade when they thought that they couldn't do anything after the war, after they were had their legs amputated, or anything happened that they couldn't walk, or they thought that they were done with their lives. They gave them an opportunity to learn watchmaking, and it ever changed the industry and my view as far as a company goes. And I'm proud to say this watch was one of the ones that was part of that whole deal. So, but yeah, I know I get emotional sometimes on some of these shows, but this is this is watch collecting for me. So if If you see me wear that watch, you know why. I know. So if you see me on any of my videos and you say, hey, that's that watch that Christine worked her butt off for 10 years. And yeah, that's the one. So let's see. Eric says, knowing who Frank Lloyd Wright was is a whole different level of nerd. It is. Dang it. I know he. I've got a lot of different books on Frank Lloyd Wright. I can go into that. Maybe I'll do a TED Talks on that. I've got some very, very interesting books about Frank Lloyd Wright and his beliefs in architecture. I like the way that Bulova does their work with him. If you look it up online with the way that they do the architecture of these watches, it's beautiful. It's very tasteful. It gives a nod to Frank's work and Frank's talent, but it doesn't overdo it. You're not going to have a picture of falling water, one of Frank Lloyd Wright's most famous homes, on the back of your face of your watch. It's going to be something more of a detail of an Art Deco piece or a detail that's in the home versus the actual, that kind of thing. And that's what I like. I like the little tiny, God's in the details, and that's the thing about the way I like that whoever put the Bulova team together that came up with these ideas for Frank Lloyd Wright's series. It was awesome. But yeah. So hey, Chad, how you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Hope your dad's doing well, and your mom. And that's pretty much it for the day. But I wanted to get you an idea of what Christine has to put up with, and how I how much I appreciate her, and how much I appreciate you guys being here to let me blab about about Chris and my watches. So you guys try to have a good day. Do something good for somebody. Let me give you an update real quick on, speaking of Christine, Drinking with the Davies tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. We are doing the hibiscus watermelon whiskey smash, and it's going to be awesome. So, and I jokingly said that there's going to be recovering with the Davies on Saturday morning. I don't know. We'll have to see what this thing tastes like, but hopefully it'll be a good one. So check us out tomorrow night at 6 p.m. That's Friday night, Eastern Standard, for Drinking with the Davies. Also, I want to give you an update on Grim 101. Everything's all set to go now. I'm going to send everything over to the printer starting the first of next week to get my proof books done and then send them back. So we're still shooting. I should have those back, I would think. I'm hoping the second week of August. We're going to get everything lined up, get the things ordered, and get everything hopefully fulfilled. Like I said, and it should be all fulfilled by the end of August. But we're making sure everything's, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to everybody that invested in it, is the fulfillment. I think it's going to be great. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So, but it'll be there. I'll keep you updated on that too throughout the emails and all that fun stuff. But it's easier sometimes doing it on here. That way I reach just as many people, if not more. So you guys are updated. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys. Try to have a great day. And, like I said, do something good for someone else. Get out of your own head for a bit. Because I know sometimes, it gets overwhelming, at least with me. So I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day, guys.